Hello there, my name is Hasmik,
And I'm Tigran.
and together we'll present to you an Armenian-style chess set that we designed. We spent a lot of time thinking about our design. We needed it to both reflect Armenia's cultural identity and remain practical to manufacture. We came up with the idea of relating each piece to a part of Armenia. The pawn has a cross on its back, symbolizing the tradition of Armenian soldiers drawing crosses on their backs during times of war. This adds historical meaning while keeping the overall shape simple. The rook has the style of the Ambert fortress, which translates to fortress in the clouds. Built in the 10th century, it has a big significance in Armenia's history. We also gave it a window similar to the actual Ambert windows. Next comes the horse, which we purposefully set on fire. In Armenian fables, myths, and fairy tales, Armenian horses are often said to be fiery, reflecting the full scope of the strength of the person riding them. In Armenian, this would be Hrerenzi. An example is the horse in the picture, a character in the cartoon Anahit, which was animated based on the fairy tale written by Ghazaros Aghayan. The bishop, on the other hand, relates to the Echmedzin Cathedral, though it does represent Armenian churches in general because of its Armenian church-style dome. The Echmedzin Cathedral is the mother church of the Armenian Apostolic Church. It is usually considered the first cathedral built in ancient Armenia and is often regarded as the oldest cathedral in the world. It served as an ideal inspiration for the bishop. For the queen, we took our inspiration from the Mother Armenian statue, which is the most famous statue of Armenia. Every detail of the queen was taken from this statue. It symbolizes peace through strength, and reminds us of some of the prominent female figures in Armenian history. And last but not least is the king, with a cross in the style of an Armenian cross stone, also known as Khachkar. The symbol in the center of the cross is the sign of eternity, which symbolizes the eternity and prosperity of our country. Another name of the symbol is Arevachach, which means a sun cross. As for the board, we engraved some Armenian carpet ornaments, as carpets are a big part of Armenian culture.
Now it's finally my turn. Let's briefly talk about modeling process. While designing, the primary features used were revolve and wrap. Most pieces are rotationally symmetric, so their profiles were sketched on a centerline axis and revolved 360 degrees to generate the base body. The wrap feature was used to apply surface details onto curved faces, specifically the cross on the pawn, the stone-like texture on the rook, and the patterns on the queen's body. The king's cross and the board's patterns are meant to be made using a laser cutter machine. The bishop and the knight were the challenging ones to design. For these parts, we had in our minds that a turn mill center machine will be used mainly for manufacturing those pieces, as there were some planes at specific angles, some really difficult designs with curvatures. The bishop is the most challenging piece to make. It consists of 7 parts. 6 of them will be made using a simple lathe machine, and the dome will be made using CNC, and later they will be glued together to a single beautiful chess piece, similar to the Echmedzin monastery. So overall, all the rotationally symmetric pieces will be produced on a lathe machine, turning the profile directly from the technical drawing dimensions. Complex geometries will be finished on a CNC machine. The king's cross is going to be cut separately on a laser cutter and press-fitted in the receiving slot at the top of the king's body. Edge rounding and surface smoothing will be done by hand using sandpaper after all machining is complete. No need to use whole CNC for small fillets, they can be done using sandpaper. All pieces are to be finished with linseed oil, a natural plastic-free wood finish that provides long-term protection. For manufacturing, the primary material is wood. We choose the black pieces and the frame of the board to be made from walnut wood and the white ones to be hornbeam. Both are high-quality wood types and are common in Armenia. The board squares are cut individually from both species and glued directly onto the board surface in alternating positions. And so here is our final design. We hope that we made everything clear and that you enjoyed it.
Thank you so much for watching.